What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today, I want to talk about the Portland Trailblazers. I want to get into some NBA. I know the NBA season is right around the corner. I believe the preseason starts a little bit later in this month. I think there should be some preseason games. So I know a lot of us is excited. A lot of us feels like our teams is going to be good this year. So this is an exciting time for, not even just NBA, but for all sports. Whenever the season, it's a brand new season. It's like whatever happened last year was last year. I know that Portland Trailblazers is definitely trying to forget about last year. They were like 13th in the Western Conference. And the record was 33-49. It was pretty much a forfeit season last year for the Portland Trailblazers. So again, guys, this is new energy. A new era is happening. Dame, we already know he's in Milwaukee. That's his story, but it's looking like Scoot Henderson is going to be taking over. So I definitely want to talk about Scoot Henderson, and I definitely want to talk a little bit about this Portland Trailblazers, roster a little bit, do a little sneak peek, and I might do this with a couple of other teams that I think is going to blossom this year. But with the Portland Trailblazers, this is a team that's definitely set up for the future. I believe they're going to have like 3 future first-round draft picks within the next couple of years. So this team is, I don't think that they're set up to win now, but I do think that Chauncey Billups, his responsibility is to get Scoot Henderson to the next level. There's no aspirations of championship or, I think a lot of Portland fans and I think the expectation should be a playoff berth. That would be nice if Portland was to make the playoffs, but I just see this season being a season where, Chauncey Billups is going to develop, Scoot Henderson to being, a guard that can, be a future, all-star caliber player. It's all about getting him to the next level. It's all about, for me, I'm not an NBA coach, but if I were to coach Scoot Henderson, I think a lot of the things that he will face is, looking at Scoot Henderson, the player he is, this guy has so much speed, his vert, his athleticism. He puts it all out on the floor. But sometimes with that motor he has, sometimes he can do too much. And you as a coach and just Chauncey Billups as a coach, there's going to be times throughout the season or games throughout the season where, Scoot may do too much, maybe too much dribbling, or maybe with Scoot being who he is, he's such a all-around player where he does get his teammates involved. But sometimes it's like, okay, you're too passive, like be aggressive. We need you to score. Like, just those, just understanding his game, because he's filled with so much talent, guys. Like I said, looking at the kind of point guard he is, he's a floor general, point guard, but also a guy that can, get to the rim at ease. This guy has a high vertical leap. And I guess to kind of get into this roster, because I think one guy that's going to really help him with his game is DeAndre Ayton. That's one guy that I definitely feel like is going to help Scoot Henderson get to the next level, because with just think about a lot of those pick and rolls with DeAndre Ayton setting picks. I think that's going to create a lot of space for Scoot Henderson to be able to create his own shot, or just do a pick and roll action with DeAndre Ayton and get a quick assist down low. I think that's going to be very possible. I definitely see a good yin and yang between DeAndre Ayton and Scoot Henderson. And I think, Scoot Henderson's bread and butter is going to be with, a lot of screens set by DeAndre Ayton. So it's going to be a huge responsibility for him. And I think he's going to be part of the development with Scoot Henderson. So, with DeAndre Ayton, I just think he just needs to, I guess that aggressiveness we haven't seen. We haven't seen that kind of player out of him within the past 2 seasons, or at least the last season he played with Phoenix. He just did not play with effort, and I think that's like the one thing that a lot of people question about DeAndre Ayton is his effort. But he seems excited, to play with Scoot Henderson. So we'll see if that changes. I'm looking at Malcolm Brogdon. I think that's another good combo guard that I think is going to help, elevate Scoot to the next level. Malcolm Brogdon, I believe he won a 6th man like 2 years ago. He has some years in Indiana, so he's a really good point guard for him. I'm looking at Moses Brown, a guy that can score down low. I'm also looking at Jeremy Grant, small forward, athletic. It's going to be a lot of I feel like this team is going to be a lot of fast pace. I know Scoot Henderson talked about that in his media day, where he mentioned that it's going to be a lot of It's not going to be a lot of set plays. It's going to be just a lot of freestyle, a lot of fast pace, a lot of transition. So I think but with transition points, that means it's going to be defense. That means steals has to happen and blocks have to happen. And I think with DeAndre Ayton, that's a possibility. Looking at Jeremy Grant, that's a possibility. Even with Thibault, I didn't even get to Thibault yet, but Thibault is another guy that can disrupt offenses. And I think with his defense and his long arms, he's going to create a lot of transition points. So I know Scoot Henderson, he's dealing with a good group of guys. I'm looking at Chris Murray. That's Keegan Murray's brother. That's another guy that can play the forward spot, that can play down low and score. Shaedon Sharpe, another shooting guard that Scoot Henderson can, assist to in the corner. Same thing with Alfred Simon. And that's another guy that when he didn't play with Damian Lillard, he averaged 27 points without Damian Lillard. So I think with Dame, being out of the equation, I think, Simon is going to get a lot of opportunity to score a lot of points this year. So that's going to be an exciting, backcourt. That's going to be really exciting. I'm looking at Robert Williams. That's going to be another guy where I can see a lot of alley-oop plays. Robert Williams is a really good power forward that's really athletic. He brings a lot to the table as far as crashing the boards and rebounding. But offensively, I can see a lot of pick and roll, alley-oop, kind of plays between Henderson and Robert Williams. So I can see that being a connection, guys. Justice Winslow, man, I really wish that, Winslow can try to, make a name for himself. But overall, though, this roster, I definitely think that Henderson can do a lot with this roster. Now, do I think that the Portland is a playoff team? I think that they could maybe squeeze into the 8th seed or be in the play-in game, but I definitely think that this team has a long way to go. We're talking, championship or anything like that. But I definitely think that this team has, they have a long way to go, but they're really built for the future. But I just think it's all about Scoot Henderson. That's what this season is all about. It's all about getting him to the next level. And it's up to Chauncey Billups to do that. And time will tell if Chauncey Billups is a really good coach or not, because it's going to come down to, how can he make this guard one of the future Hall of Famers or future, all-star, because Henderson to me has that. I think he's going to have a really good career, but it's all about the work that he puts in. And I know he's going to do that. So with that being said, guys, I want to kind of wrap up this video. I don't want to make it too long here, but I definitely think that Chauncey Billups, his responsibility is to take Scoot Henderson to the next level. This year is not so much about wins, even though winning matters, but it's all about the development of Scoot Henderson. So with that being said, guys, I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope you like this video. If you're still watching, be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. I will write back. I like dialogue. I love talking sports. And I probably missed out on a couple of things for you Trailblazers fans. If I missed out on something, or tell me how you guys feel about Scoot Henderson, or do you think you guys, for you Portland fans, is the Portland Trailblazers going to make the playoffs? I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts. So until next time, guys, have a good day. I hope everything is well, and God bless.